everyone, I'm Laura.
I'm Katrina.
And welcome to
Do It for the Bit,
where we've been laughing since 99?
Making memories since 99?
Making silly memories since 99.
Yeah, that works.
So this episode, we're going to be going through the year, and, you know, we had a little sit down. We're like, what were some really funny memories?
Yeah.
Some moments from the year really stood out.
This is our brains, Spotify Wrapped, if you will. This is our Wrapped Brains 2022.
Yeah, our silly little life funny moment Wrapped.
Yeah, because, like, honestly, I look back at this year, and me personally, I just ask myself, like, what the fuck was that? That's, like, the first thing I ask myself, because, honestly, what the fuck was that?
What there are some times where I'm like, damn, that was crazy.
That was stupid, what happened.
And, like, why and for what reason?
Why and for what reason? These are all good questions. So let's get into it.
Yeah. This is not the exclusive list, but these are just, like...
These are some
of, like, the highlights.
I'm sure we've missed a few.
I feel like we have. We had to do some harsh cuts to our list.
Yeah, of stories that we wanted to share with y'all.
But, here's what we have. So buckle up, let's go. So let's start off spinning some yarns on the first of the year, okay? Right at the beginning.
Yeah. What was okay?
So
yeah,
my birthday is December 31st, okay? New Year's Eve.
Dox yourself right out the gate. What's your middle name?
Redacted.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to do anything crazy for my birthday because I was like, COVID was still kind of like crazy, and I was like, I don't want to get sick. That'd be like the worst birthday present ever.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my sister went to go see like some local bands in Austin at like Empire Garage and Control Room.
Mm-hmm.
And we were gonna see one of our favorite bands. Shout out TC Superstar.
We love TC Superstar.
We're actually gonna go see them tonight.
Most likely.
But the thing is, they got COVID, so they didn't perform. So I was like, man, what was this all for? But it was fun. I saw some people. It was great. So I go see concerts. Amazing fun. And it ends, it's like 4 different bands. So it ends around like 2 a.m. It's like really, we're on 7th Street. I used to live on 40th Street. Mm-hmm. And already, that's like 3.5 miles.
Doxed yourself repeatedly.
Yeah, well, you don't know which side. You don't know where. You just know it's 40th Street where I used to live. And so my sister and I were like, ooh, like, we were like, okay, let's go home, let's call an Uber. We get some burgers and some fries from Yalla Burger. Bro, amazing burgers, amazing fries, amazing.
What, Yalla Burger?
Yalla Burger.
I don't think I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard you talk about it, though.
It's so good. It's so good. But, so we get it. We get it amazing. We look at the Uber prices, they're like $35, which, like, in hindsight is not that expensive, but I'm like,
it's pretty average.
But in my mind, I was like, that's so expensive. Also, I didn't have, like, I was, like, a retail worker at this time, so, like, I didn't have, like, a lot of money to spare. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't want to... My sister was like, let's split it. 17-17 or whatever.
She makes good money. Sorry. It's your birthday, and she makes good money.
She was like...
She's wanted to split a $35 on New Year's Day. At, what, 2 in the morning?
2 in the morning.
And your sister said, let's split it.
Let's split it. And I was like,
Emily,
no, that $17 is too much. Too much. So I was like, no, I was like, I know what we'll do. We'll walk a little closer to campus, because campus is like 20th Street to like 27th Street. And usually it's cheaper, like the farther you get away from, like 6th Street, 7th Street area. And I was like, okay, we'll do that. So we start walking, and then I'm like, ugh, I'm wearing heels, and I'm wearing a little tight dress with fringe on it.
Because it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
And you came to slay. Yeah.
I came to slay. I came to look hot, and I served.
Yeah.
And now my feet are getting tired. I'm like, we've walked like 1.5 miles at this point, okay? Mm-hmm. And I look, we're starting to get to campus, and I'm like, Emily, let's pull up, like, the Uber again. And it was still, like, not really expensive. It was still too expensive for me to be like, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just keep walking. So we keep walking. We got to 26th Street, and I sit down, and I'm like, Emily, we're calling an Uber right now. I don't care how much I have to pay. We're calling an Uber. I don't want to walk any more. And she's like, okay. So we try to call an Uber. And every single one that was, like, on our way canceled on us because we were too far away from, like...
Where all the other people were?
Where everyone was.
Yeah, because it's New Year's, so
It's
everyone's at 6.
Everyone's at 6, and we're on 26. We're 2 miles away.
No one's out there.
No one's out there. So they keep canceling on us. We wait for 10 minutes. My feet are killing me. Emily's eating the fries that are now cold, and I'm getting mad at her. I'm like, stop eating the fries. Those are shared fries. I'm getting really emotional at this point.
And we were supposed to get a shared Uber.
Yeah, it's like, it was just not good. And then I was like, you know what? I think Emily was like, we're just gonna have to walk home. We're just gonna have to walk home. That is another, like, 2 miles because we have to go up and then to the side.
Yeah.
So she says, you know what'd be really funny? If I put it on my Strava, which if you don't know, Strava is like a running app that tracks, like, how much you walk and run and stuff. And immediately, as soon as she said, like, she's like, for the bit, like, let's do that, I was like, this is so funny now. Yes, like, we're going to do this. This is so much more fun. Anything for the bit, okay?
Right. Do it for the bit.
Do it for the bit.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, okay. I opened my Strava app, and I was like, let's walk. Let's do this. And it was so much more fun once it was, like, a little game.
And what was your New Year's resolution?
Oh, yeah. So the whole thing is like, I remember, like, I was like, in 2022, I really want to walk more. Like, I really want to get a little healthier, you know, walk a little more. And the universe said, you're starting now.
You're going to start now, and you're going to start strong.
You're going to start strong.
Clock struck midnight, and you ended up walking 4 miles
I walked
in heels.
4 miles in heels, up hills.
Yeah.
Starting the year off right.
And 1 year older.
1 year older. Another trip
Wow.
around the sun.
I'm sorry, I don't even know if Emily wants us to use her name. But I'm sorry, Emily, I didn't mean to call you cheap. But also, it was her birthday.
It's my birthday, man.
Call her an Uber.
But I will say, in 2 weeks, it's my birthday again, and we're going to be going out again. I learned my lesson the first time. We were paying for an Uber. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun way to start the moment. Start the year.
Start the moment.
The
moment is 2022.
The moment is, that's a long ass moment.
But it is the moment. Now she is the moment. All right.
Now come on. Okay. So we start off the year off right.
Started the year off right. Now, yeah. So, you know, in a way, a rough start for you, but also a fun start.
It's fun. Like, it's a fun story.
You
to be
achieved
like,
your goals of walking more.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Start the year off right. On the right foot.
Yes. On both feet.
Both feet. Moving.
In heels.
In heels.
Right. Now, you said you didn't want to get sick.
Yeah, COVID.
COVID.
Didn't want to get sick.
Didn't want to get sick. And our favorite band, TC Superstar, had to cancel because they got COVID.
Oh, boo.
And it's like, at this time of the year, where everyone's kind of like forgotten about COVID a little bit. Girl, first of all, it's back.
She's with a vengeance.
With a vengeance. Everyone's getting sick, and I'm getting scared. But
yeah.
Anyways, I got COVID early on this year.
Yeah. Like in April? No, it's in March.
It was in March, yeah. I got COVID in March, which it's like fine. Like, I hadn't gotten it yet. Everyone's doing it.
Oh, bandwagoning?
Yeah, well, I was with the in crowd. I have a social life, so I got sick. It happens, okay?
I can't help it.
I can't help it. But unfortunately, it was devastating because I got COVID, and I got it in, like, this sweet spot to where it destroyed, like, the only thing I was looking forward to. Like, the only thing I looked forward to in, like, months.
Yeah, because I remember...
like 3 months.
We were talking about this thing in September, I think.
Yeah.
Like, September the year before.
Yes. And that thing is, I wanted to see John Mulaney on tour.
Yeah.
He's been, like, he was my favorite comedian in high school. And I really, really liked him.
So many good memories.
So many good memories are attached to just sitting with my friends, embroidering, and watching his special, and, like, just, you know, repeating lots of jokes with my friends and stuff. Lots of good memories. I really wanted to see John Mulaney live. Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
my dad did a really nice thing for me when my mom passed away. He, as like a sort of like a Christmas gift / sorry your mom died gift, which already, you know, This is a gift put on top of, it's like a Band-Aid put on top of like a
bullet wound.
I would say like an amputation.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry you lost your leg, here's a Band-Aid and John Mulaney. So yeah, it was my sorry your mom died present. So he didn't get just me tickets to see John Mulaney on tour. He got all of my friends ticket, because I didn't want to go alone. I want to take all of my favorite people along.
The besties. The memories would have been crazy.
They would have. So my dad bought tickets for not just me, but all of my favorite people. Well, not all of my favorite people. All my favorite people who like John Mulaney.
Mm-hmm.
To go see John Mulaney live on tour. And I got COVID. And it was... and was just thinking about, you know, how I looked forward to this because it was the only thing keeping me going since it was my sorry your mom died gift. And I had to sit in my West Campus UT apartment.
Made completely of concrete.
And I had no natural light. And I was in there for a week. And just watching my friends go on a Texas road trip and go see my favorite comedian live with tickets, and they were seeing them for free with tickets my dad bought. And the person who replaced me, God bless her heart, did not even like know or like any John Mulaney stuff.
No.
Sweet Minsaw. She got my ticket.
Yeah, because she didn't get a ticket originally
because she didn't like or give a fuck about John Mulaney.
And we also didn't know when she was going to be coming back from Korea.
She was also international.
Yeah, so we were like,
worked out real well. She got to go see.
She got to go. But at what cost?
The cost was me. And I was sitting in my bed and I was like, if these fuckers don't at least get me a t-shirt, I think I will implode.
You're like, I'm gonna end it.
I'm gonna end it all because this is all I was looking forward to. Now, it was really sweet because I had just started dating Alec at the time. And I got to spend like this weird, like, Alec would sit out in the hallway and I would sit like a really far distance away from him with a mask on, and we just talk in the Skyloft hallway. And I know every apartment could hear us talking because if you talked in the halls, everyone could hear it. Yeah, it was super loud. So we just talk and get to know each other, sit in the hallway, and he would like slide me like a little box of Legos.
I got you something, boy.
Yeah. So I assembled like a Baby Yoda Lego set. And
you never told me that.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
It was really sweet. But it wasn't fucking John Mulaney.
Yeah. as nice as that was.
It was really sweet. I'm glad we had those moments.
However, wasn't John Mulaney.
That was the only thing I'd been looking forward to because my life was at an all-time low. So, that was that. Well, did you have fun on that trip?
Yeah. Not to rub salt on the amputation.
Yeah.
However, it was really fun.
I'm sure it was.
We got to show our friend Lopak all over A&M.
Lopak's from California.
She's from California. If you haven't listened to our Texas culture episode, we go into a little more depth about it, but she loves all things Texas. So we got to show her Houston, which she is both an LA native and a Houston native at the same time.
She's honorary Houstonian.
So we got to show her honorary birth town, and she loved that.
Yeah. Y'all got to show her College Station.
Got to show her College Station, Dixie Chicken with the rattlesnake in the building.
And y'all wrote y'all's names on the wall.
We wrote our names on the wall.
Yeah.
We wrote yours too.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we wrote yours.
Sweet.
I wrote yours. I was like, she got to be here.
Oh.
And it was so much. It was very nice, and it was a very good show. And it
was just so upsetting because it literally was like a car of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Like my favorite people.
It was very fun, and it was like very special. But I was like, man, I wish Katrina was here too, because she'd have a lot of fun here as well.
And also, she's the reason. That we got to do this.
But it was a good show. But then immediately after. Actually, I forgot most of the stuff in the skit or in the stand-up except the very last
joke.
The very last bit.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I did remember that. But most of the other stuff, like, I can't wait to rewatch it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Ooh.
I don't know it.
But, it was really fun. That was a very fun, very, very nice. And then the next day, Lopek was like, oh, I don't feel good.
I don't feel so good.
And then the next day after that,
Y'all
we both got COVID.
Got COVID.
So there was a price to it. There was
an immediate price to it, but, you know.
Yeah, and then we missed our senior retreat for our club, which was not that fun. But
and I got to go.
You got to go.
Because I was healed. I was clear of COVID.
Yeah.
But I had to go to my senior retreat without my friends.
Yeah.
Because they all got COVID. So we both got robbed. COVID sucks.
COVID sucks. Boo.
Boo.
And you can quote me on that.
You can quote us on that. We believe in that wholeheartedly.
There were a lot of sicknesses this year.
Yeah, because I was at an all-time low, I basically, for the first half of the year, was constantly sick just due to stress.
Girl, yes, you were sick.
I was sickening.
You were sickening. You were serving. Ooh.
Ooh. It's true.
Slay the boots house down, mama. Yes, Houston, we have a problem.
Yes, because I was so sad. I was so sad and so stressed that I was constantly sick. I was just a traumatized little shell. And so I got mono. Now, let's destigmatize while we're here.
You kissing everybody.
That's not true.
You kissing everybody.
That's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Alec got out of this scot-free. So that's suspicious. Anyways. So I would just like to say, this is like a little PSA. Mono, people are like, oh, you get mono from kissing people. Yeah, you get every sickness from kissing people because you're just exchanging spit. Shut up. Mono is not the kissing disease. Mono is whenever when your immune system throws in the towel because your body's falling apart from stress. Like, yeah, mono is notorious for just nuking college students that get too stressed out. So I got mono.
Boo!
Boo!
Part 2 again. You can take us to the bank on that.
You know what? You my shooter. Whenever I get sick, you say boo. Yeah, so I got mono, and I would not recommend it. Mono is the worst.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Worst sickness I have ever gotten. I've never been so sick in my entire goddamn life.
Girl, you were sick.
Sickening, slay. Yes, I was sickening, and it was horrible. My throat closed up, and I couldn't swallow my own spit because it hurt too much, and my tonsils were smooching.
Yeah.
My tonsils were touching each other. The forbidden kiss between one another. I couldn't swallow my own spit, so I was choking. So I had to go to the ER. So I went to the ER, and I was like, what can I do? And they're like, you just have to wait it out. And I was like, I'm graduating next week.
I can't wait.
I can't. What am I going to do? I can barely operate. I'm in so much pain. And they were like, oh, okay. Well, we normally don't do this, especially for young people. But I'll give you a prescription for codeine.
Ooh.
I was like, you're going to give me a prescription for codeine. I said this through tears.
You're going to give me
a prescription for codeine? The rapper juice? I don't know.
We're from Houston. We know what lean is.
We are from Houston, and we also know what lean is. These are two things. I'm glad y'all are getting to know us. Anyways.
You know my social security number, where I used to live, my name, my address, my birth
and
day.
That we know what lean is, and that we also from Houston.
So
do with that what you will. Anyways. So, yeah, she was like, I can give you a prescription for codeine. You poor little thing. And I remember this ER doctor, she had earrings that were really detailed breakfasts with like scrambled eggs and bacon. And I remember
I think that's kind of camp.
That's camp, but also I remember it just pissing me the fuck off.
Were they like little like
they were made with like clay that's like handmade.
Do you think she got it off like Etsy or something?
It was definitely an Etsy purchase.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh cool, my ER doctor likes breakfast. I can't swallow my own spit, lady. Give me the good stuff.
It's like the John Mulaney like Batman glasses.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh, okay.
Beats work.
Beats work.
Yeah. So I remember she had these little clay, highly detailed breakfast earrings. I remember that pissing me the fuck off. And then she gave me a codeine prescription, and I was like,
so
well,
she's cool like that.
She's cool like that. But I was also still mad that she was like, there's nothing you can do. You have to wait through it. I was like, I know that. I Googled it on the way over here.
Driving yourself at stoplights, you're like,
driving myself to the ER, spit falling down my
you're
mouth.
like, you have like the throw up bowl,
Yeah,
and you're like,
and Googling my
like,
symptoms.
Mono? Question mark, question mark.
What can I do?
And
So they're like
nothing.
Literally, you Google how to get over mono, and they're like, drink lots of fluids. I'm like, shut up.
That's any sickness, dude.
That's everything. Shut up. Don't even tell me that. Shut up.
You should just do that, even if you're not sick. You should just drink a lot of water.
Yes, everyone should be more hydrated than they are.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so I got mono right before graduating college. Thank you, my shooter. My day one.
I got you.
And I never had like I'm like one of those people that's like scared to take painkillers because I don't want to like, you know, that stuff scares me, and like big pharma and scary things with getting
like
addicted.
opioids and whatever.
Opioids,
Girl.
ooh, scary stuff.
Evil.
But I was in so much pain that I was like, okay, I will take the codeine in order to function, because I was in so much pain I couldn't sleep, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't do anything. So I took the codeine, but the thing is, it tasted horrible, and I was like, oh, I gotta mix this with something. And I was like, oh, I'm making lean all the time now.
I get it.
So, but I wouldn't do it with Sprite. I would do it with Gatorade because good fluids and electrolytes, and I'm sick. So I was having Gatorade lean. All my extended family's in town.
We're taking graduation
We're
pictures.
taking graduation pictures, and I also got a prescription of steroids, so I'm basically propped up on steroids and drinking lean quietly to the side, politely, drinking lean on the side to function and get through graduation. That time is already so stressful because you're so busy, you have so many people to see and thank.
The end of like your like college.
I didn't even get to enjoy like and reflect, because like as soon as like an event, like, oh, we're gonna go to dinner here, or we're gonna go dance, or we're gonna go do this, I would go do it, and then I'd go home and pass out because I was so fucking sick. But anyways, I just thought it was funny and stupid that I was drinking lean, essentially prescribed lean, during my college graduation. What a fun way to finish off 4 fucking years.
4 years.
Slay. Sickening.
We made it. That was a crazy day, or that was a crazy moment for you.
Yeah, it lasted goddamn forever.
It lasted forever.
Yeah,
but
you know, college. You know,
college. One of something that I never really ate a lot growing up was wings. I never ate wings. My family and I would never eat wings. And then coming to college, almost all my friends are like huge fans. They're always like, "Oh, let's go get Wingstop. Let's go get wings."
Yeah.
And I
being wing heads.
They were big wing heads, and I being a wing virgin was like,
what's all this about?
So I had some, and I got hooked on Wingstop because there's one right on Gua that was really close to our house, and you know, we'd always like pop in, grab our wings, watch a movie. Such a good time.
Yeah.
Such a good time. So earlier this year, Lopak, Katrina, and I were at my house, and we ate wings. No, Lopak and I had wings for dinner, and we put them away, and it's the next day. Okay, we're chilling. I just come down the stairs. It's probably like 1 in the afternoon, and I'm like, let's get the day started. Yeah. So I'm like bouncing down the stairs, and my tummy had hurt the previous night. Sometimes wings can hurt your tummy. Okay.
Yeah, because there's like little to no nutritional value.
There's no nutritional value. There's not a lot of fiber.
No fiber.
So
really high in sugar and salt.
So, and that's what makes them yummy.
Yeah, they figured it out.
So I come downstairs, my tummy had hurt, and, you know, whatever. So I'm talking to Lopak, and I'm like, hey, I don't remember how this got brought up, but I was like, oh, Lopak, like, my stomach really hurt last night.
I think Lopak said, I think we were all sitting in the living room, and Lopak was like, I gotta go blow up the toilet.
Yeah. Something really casual like that.
Very casual. A way to excuse yourself from the room.
Really polite way to be like, would you let me go powder my nose? I gotta go blow up the bathroom.
Blow up the yeah.
They're apples to apples, if you ask me.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, like, my stomach also hurt too last night. I think they were cold inside. Now, I'm referencing the chicken. I think the chicken was a little cold inside last night. I think maybe it wasn't cooked thoroughly.
Or it sat out or something.
Yeah, something happened to where it wasn't cooked right. However, my message was not received.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I look at Lopak's face, I see the most confused yet understanding, or at least trying to understand.
Yes.
Like, she's working so hard
Truly
to be, like...
flummoxed, perplexed.
Yeah. But, like, not judging.
No.
And she's like... And I was like, were yours cold? And she goes, I don't...
No.
No. How can you tell? And I'm like, oh, like, when I ate them, like, when I ate my chicken, I just think it was kind of cold inside. I don't think it was cooked all the way. Like, carrying on the conversation.
Uh-huh.
And she hits me with a, oh. I thought you meant your shit was cold on the inside. And I'm just like, my man. First of all, how would you be able to tell?
How would you be able to tell? They're like, oh, yeah, something's off of my tummy. My shits are cold on the inside.
And second of all...
The interior of my shits are cold.
Second of all, why were you not judging?
Like, Lopak has got to be one of the most understanding friends we have. She's a ride or die.
Yeah.
She always wants to understand. First, judge second. If you told me, you were like, are your shits cold? Point blank. I would have been like, what is wrong with you? What are you asking me? Who are you? Get out of my house. Shut up.
And slap me across the face.
And then slap you across the face.
And
What are you on about, girl? Slap.
And then Lopak said,
her response was,
I'm going to go through every single logical explanation in my brain
for what is happening
and think about what you could possibly be referencing, how this could happen. And she arrived at donut. None.
Nada. And just decided to be a non-judgmental friend and a supportive friend, and just let her friend know, no, I'm not experiencing the same
cold inside shit.
I'm not experiencing the same cold shits as you. Now, if you pardon me, I'm gonna go blow up the bathroom with my normal temperature shits. Excuse me.
Would you give me a moment, please?
Pardon me.
And that's it. That was just one of the funniest things. Cause like
I cannot
that's it.
What? That is top tier. It's like yes, the cold shits versus cold chicken.
Yeah. Like
not understanding that you meant the cold chicken. She thought you meant your shits were cold. Yes, that is a funny misunderstanding. But
it's the trying so hard.
Her trying so hard. The face that she pulled to be like, no, mine are like normal.
I don't think anyone will ever be able to replicate that face, including her. Because it was so genuine in the moment.
Her perplexed, confused little face. As she just was like, no,
mine are normal.
Mine are normal. How can you tell?
And I'm just like, well,
I don't know. When I bit into the chicken,
walked into the kitchen. I was like, well,
as if you'd not left destruction in your wake.
And I was like, well, that's the end of that conversation.
It's just,
I think about that so much.
Oh god.
But what I also think about is okay, so ordering on Amazon, right? I had my so earlier that year we had like a group of like 3 boys tour the house because it's a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
And we and I remember like they were like that was the last people to tour the house, so I'm like 100% sure that they toured it, that they got the house, because like
after y'all's lease was up.
Yeah, that's basically how it works. Once like they stop touring, that's the people who got the house.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, guys are living here, amazing, blah blah blah. So I move out and I am going to my friend's wedding, and I'm like, oh, I need to get like some nippies, which are like little nipple covers for my dress, because I don't want to wear it's backless, so I can't wear a bra.
Yeah.
Bridesmaid's dress. And I'm like, oh, I also really want to get her towel that her mom has that says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little.
I love Jesus, but I cuss a little.
It's camp. It's so Southern.
It's iconic.
It has been in her house since, like, 6th grade.
That towel is old, but it stays true.
She's so funny. And so I was like, now that she's getting married, she's going to have her own house. I'm going to get her that towel.
To make that house a home.
Make that house a home. Make it nice and cozy.
Right.
And, so I'm on Amazon real quick. I'm like, okay, let me just order these things. It'll be here, like, tomorrow. Perfect. Click.
Boom.
Order. And I'm, like, living my life. And then I'm like, uh-oh. I had, like, a thought popped in my head. I don't think I sent them to my right house. Because I'm back home in Houston. I don't live in Austin anymore. I don't live that old address. So I can't cancel the order. I can't do anything about it. And so I know that 3 boys got a package with nipple covers and a towel that says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little in it. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's gone forever.
They received that. What kind of person they must have thought?
They're like, oh. I wonder if they knew what those were, too. You know what I mean? Like, do guys know what nippies are?
If a guy received a package of nippies, I think they are boob-like, but they're so small, it would be perplexing.
The thing is, though, I get the extra big one. So, I didn't get, like, the tiny little... They have, like, 2 sizes. They have, like, the regular and the big ones. And I was like, well, I'll get the big one. I was like, I want more coverage.
They're like, why are these fake chicken breasts
so big?
Why are these...
I love Jesus, but I cuss a little.
And 2 small boobs?
Who are you?
What kind of person ordered this?
And there's nothing I could do about it, so...
Yeah. I hope those boys were entertained endlessly.
I hope they got a laugh.
I hope they put that towel in their kitchen.
Make that house a home.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing them a favor.
Yeah.
I was doing them a favor, but yeah.
Knowing college boys, I bet... If you ordered quality nippies, I bet they just,
smack them against the wall?
Threw them up against the wall and see if they stuck.
Yeah. You know that they're like sticky handing them.
They're basically like fidget toys.
They're really fun.
They're fun. That's ridiculous.
So, I hope those guys enjoyed it, cause it made me laugh to think about it. Like, I know y'all got those, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
What kind of person is this that ordered this?
What kind of person?
Okay, so this story, I think, I get nervous telling this one because the way I tell it to be as funny as possible. But the way I tell it really makes Laura mad.
Because, just go off.
So, okay. I went on a first date. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's the thing.
No. Go from the first date. Just talk about it.
Wait. Let me explain myself.
I'll jump in when I need to correct this story.
Okay, let me just say in summary and summation. I went on a first date with Alec, my boyfriend, and you were there.
Yes.
On our first date.
Yes, and here's where you're wrong.
I said my first date was me, Alec, and Laura.
Slay. Honestly, what a fun trio.
What a win. But Laura doesn't see it that way.
Because it's not that way. So here's the thing. It's one of like the last women's basketball games of the season, and I love women's basketball. Katrina and I both love women's basketball.
Yes.
And I was like, we should go to the game on, I don't remember where it was. It was like February something.
Yeah.
I was like, we should go
February 26th.
I was gonna say 27th actually. Okay,
not bad.
It was February 26th. I was like, hey, it was 2 weeks before the game. I said, hey, we should go to the game. I don't have work. We'll be let's go to the game. It'll be really fun.
And I said, yes, but I might be working.
No. You said
I said no.
I might have a job, but I think I'm gonna quit before then. So if I quit, I'll go with you.
Yes, if I quit my job,
I'll go with you.
I will go with you to this women's UT basketball game.
And I was like, perfect, love that. And then the next day, you quit, and I was like, perfect, you're gonna go to the basketball game together.
Right. But between you asked me 2 weeks before this.
Yeah, I thought it was in your calendar because we're friends.
Oh, hold on. You asked me 2 weeks. It wasn't the next day that I quit. I quit the day before. I quit that Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way,
so
you quit.
I worked 2 weeks of work and went to school also, and then Friday before, so February 26th was a Saturday. That Friday, Alec was like, hey, for our first date, would you be interested in going to an Austin FC soccer game? And I was like, OMG, yay, that sounds so fun. When is it? And he's like, tomorrow. I'm like, perfect. I just quit my job, so I quit that morning. And I also didn't tell anyone that I quit. And then as I was walking out, someone said, someone who knew I quit was like, we loved having you. And then everyone in the office was just like, are you leaving, Katrina? And I was like, yeah, goodbye, everyone. Adios. Anyways, but I was like, yes, I'm free because I just quit my job.
Yeah. Ouch.
And
forgot all about me.
It was like 2 weeks of work and school. Anyways, but the Austin FC game was at like 3 or 4 or something.
Mm-hmm.
The women's basketball game was like at 6.
7:30,
or 7:30 or something. So I was like, Alec,
no. Yeah, go, okay.
I was like, Alec, yes, we can go. But I've made an error. I'm sorry. I'm a good friend, and I promised Laura that I would go to the last women's UT basketball game of the season. Would you be all right? Does that interest you? Would you like to come with? And he was like, oh, sure. That sounds fun. So
I just remember whenever you text me, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go see the Austin FC game tomorrow. I was like, what? You quit your job. You said we're going to go to the basketball game. The amount of like, ooh.
I'm sorry. I never meant for him to come between us.
Alec, watch your back.
Oh.
JK, he's cool.
He's cool.
Except for that one time.
No,
you couldn't have waited another game.
He didn't do anything wrong. It was me. It was all me. It was my fault. I overbooked. Anyways.
It seems I've double booked.
It seems I've double booked my social schedule.
For the Saturday evening.
So, that Saturday, we went to the Austin FC game.
Yeah.
Left early.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alec. I'm sure you would have loved to see the full game.
Too bad. I would have loved to see the full basketball game.
Relax. And so then we went, picked up Laura. While on our first date, we picked up Laura. And so then it was me, Alec, and Laura on our first date. And went to the UT women's basketball game. Now, women's basketball game, particularly the college ones, are fantastic. Because you get great seats because no one's there.
No one's there, which is rude.
Yeah, go support your ladies.
Go support women basketball. Well, go support women's sports. Period.
Yeah.
But second of all, women's basketball, it's not just about being fast. It's about being technical. It's about skill. It's about plays. That's what makes it so much more, I think, interesting to watch.
I do agree with that because they don't have the physical advantages of just being able to, like, jump over someone and dunk. No. Which is, like, some people might find that fun or interesting. Not me, though.
No, I wouldn't sell my soul to dunk or anything.
I definitely wouldn't sell my soul to dunk either.
No way.
That's not personal or, like, a wish of mine, and I don't have gender envy. Relax.
No, whoa, not me.
Not me. Just 2 tall girls who wish we could dunk. Anyways.
But yeah, women's basketball is so much more interesting because they have to really think about
They have to be tactical.
Yeah, you gotta be able to like actually play well. Like men's basketball players are like good.
Yeah.
But also like they're like 6'10".
It's like a physical. There's like a more physical component. Whereas women's basketball, you can be really short and be really good at women's basketball.
Yeah. You can be speedy with it.
Women's basketball is great. It's just like, layups.
I
love layups.
They get on the ground. They're really wrestling with the ball. Oh, speaking of that, someone was wrestling with the ball and then put another girl into a chokehold.
Yeah, that women's basketball game was crazy.
They put I don't remember who we were playing, but they put one of our players into a chokehold.
Yeah, I think we're playing TCU? Yeah, we were playing TCU. And I was like, holy shit, that girl's in a chokehold! And Alex to my right, Laura's to my left. This is a first date, technically. And
it was our friend date.
it was our friend date, not our first.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. And it's just, there's just women writhing around on the ground in a chokehold. Ref calls jump ball, because I guess that's jump ball and chokehold are equivalent, apparently.
Yeah, they're like,
and then later in the game, this other girl just like passes out completely.
Oh, yeah.
She went completely stiff and just hit the ground. And because the stadium's empty, because it's women's basketball, it echoed. Her head hitting the ground, we could feel it in our feet. Mm-hmm. Because we had great seats.
We were really, right there.
We were right there. So we felt her hit the ground. And then the DJ, who was a woman, the DJ for what's the name of our state, our basketball?
Irwin Center. No, Irwin. Frank Moody. It's the Frank Irwin Center.
It's the Frank Irwin Center. Yeah, the Frank Irwin Center DJ, who didn't have to play their music that loud. No crowd. While the girl was on the ground because she had fainted, she put her music on, which stop. Just
give it a moment.
Like, because normally in a basketball game, if they're not playing, they play music.
Yeah, but at that point, that's an injury. Like,
that's an injury.
Give a beat.
Don't play really like a light 7 dubstep. Yes. She put a light 7 dubstep on.
She put on dubstep. I was like,
it was like kind of like a jungle themed like little dubstep thing, little number, but she put it on at a light 7. She did turn it down for the injury.
Yeah, she was like, and not like a harsh 14, at a light 7.
A light 7 for the girl who was unconscious on the ground.
She's like, this is for you.
This is to fill the space. A DJ does her job. Slay mama.
That was so funny.
She was like, well, they told me to play during the pauses. So, light 7.
Light 7.
Yeah, so this girl was passed down on the ground. And then she was down for a very long time. And you know whenever an athlete gets up from the ground or like starts to get up, everyone claps.
They're like
to clap them off.
Yeah.
Well, this lady in the very small crowd started clapping too early.
She was still
unconscious on the ground. And then it just, like, some other people, like, clapped.
Yeah.
But then it died because she was still unconscious on the ground. And it was the saddest. And then you had the dubstep at a light 7.
Light 7.
Woman starts clapping. She's still not moving.
Bro, she's laying there.
Yeah. She finally gets up, and they, like, take her out of the stadium. And Hook'em, the mascot, is standing at the exit. And I felt so bad. Can you imagine you have just come to, and you are put upright in the face of Hook'em, and there's light dubstep and people are clapping? I would be so upset. I'd be like, get me out of here now.
Yeah, I'd be like, stop.
You know what? I'm gonna knock out again.
I would want to run away. It would not be good for me, but I want to run away from that situation. Actually, no, I love the attention. I'd be like, I'm okay. Thank you.
I would not want to, like, become conscious with Hook'em in my face. It would scare me.
He's a little, like, gentle little mascot.
He is a sweetie. We love Hook'em.
We love Hook'em.
Anyways, yeah, so that, and then we immediately went to someone's 21st birthday party.
Oh, yeah. And whose was that?
It was Mark's.
Motion water.
Motion of the ocean. I don't normally drink, but I decided to try the punch, and then I almost threw up.
That punch was
crazy.
Strong.
Yeah, so, it was the most exhausting first date I don't think anyone's ever had. It was a 3-part soccer, Austin FC game, women's basketball game, and then someone's 21st birthday party. So everyone's drinking like monsters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my first date with Alec.
Oh, yeah. Then we were really tired and hungry, and then Alec got us protein bars.
Yes, we did eat protein bars for dinner. And then me and Alec walked you to the bus stop. Because it was really cold. It was really romantic.
And we were playing Tchaikovsky.
Oh, we were playing Tchaikovsky. Number 13.
I don't remember.
The Knight's Dance?
No. It's
the
Overture.
Overture.
With the cannons.
With the cannons.
And then as the cannons are going off, so that random guy was like, oh.
Yeah, there was a random guy that was trying to talk to us at the bus stop. So I'm glad Alec and I escorted you, so you weren't alone with that guy. But it was just such a sweet romantic moment for the 3 of us on our first date.
I know, it really was.
To walk you to the bus stop.
To walk me to the bus stop. It was very 1950s boyfriend of y'all.
It was very 1950s boyfriend of the 2 of us to do that for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was also very cold, and when Alec dropped me off...
so cold.
Alec texted me, he said, I ran all the way home.
It was so cold.
It was so cold. Anyways, so yeah, that was our romantic 3-person date. First date.
3-person date. Very, very fun. Very iconic. Doesn't hurt at all. Anyway, moving on. This one's like kind of like a doozy. Like there's like 3 parts to it. But so we have some friends who were in our documentary class over the spring semester this year. And their names are Parker and Caston. Very, very talented.
So talented.
I think they have the best documentaries.
Yeah.
Of the.
We're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
We don't know any of those other chumps. Sorry, other people.
Sorry, everyone else in the.
Sorry, like
May 22 or spring 22 documentary. I don't know, but theirs were the best. They're very talented. Very proud of the work that they made. We went to the screening. It was amazing, lovely. Roses, roses, roses.
For sure.
And then after that, so Kazan made like a documentary about this character, this person named Ben Schrader.
Yes, Benjamin Schrader.
Who's like a club promoter. He is a college. He started as like this college station party influencer, club promoter
guy. He's just overall character.
Yeah, very, very much a character. And he did his whole documentary about trying to find him because he was off his like Instagram for like a few months.
Yeah, he was missing for a little bit.
And it was a very interesting documentary. And so Benjamin came in for the screening to go see it, which is really fun. And so we're like, oh my gosh, Ben Schrader is here.
This micro celebrity
is here with us.
Yeah.
And after, the documentary screening, we go to this pub by their house and we
Crown and Anchor.
Yeah, we get some ciders, we start drinking a little bit. It's so fun, so yummy. And then we decide, okay, you know what? Ben's like, we should go downtown.
Who better to go downtown with than Benjamin Schrader? He is in the party business.
He's a party guy. Yeah. Okay, that's his thing. That's his bread and butter. So we go home, we get changed real quick. I put on a little purple sparkly little dress. Get all cute. We go downtown. Now we're with, Kasdan's friends and this guy, Benjamin Schrader, who has his own little entourage. And things are getting a little hairy just because some people, a lot of the promoters are like, ladies, come on. Yeah. We'll invite you in, like
6th Street
classic, like ladies drink free.
Yeah.
Guys pay the cover. And so
that was pissing off the mainly male group.
Which is fair. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And I just remember we were out in the middle of the street trying to figure out what we were going to do because one of the guys only had a paper ID, and if you know anything about anything, you know that you can't get into a club without a real ID.
You can't do shit with a paper ID, except maybe drive a car at 16.
Yeah,
like
like
your permit.
Like he was getting like a new one in the mail.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, bud, you shouldn't have come out to 6th Street because you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so we're getting frustrated because we can't go to like where we want to go.
Because this one guy has a paper ID.
One guy's a paper ID. But we're trying to make it work. Benjamin's really trying to smooth talk all the club promoters and stuff. He's like, hey man, I know this guy, like I know the business, like trust me, he's cool. Like if we went to like 5 different clubs that night and Benjamin was like trying to smooth talk all of them into letting this guy in. And I just remember, this is totally a side note, but at that same night, 2 things. 1, we were in the middle of like the 6th Street. It's closed off to cars, so we're just in the middle of the street. And we're trying to, like, figure out, like, what we're going to do next. And I'm just sitting there. I think I was with Lopak and Minsaw. I don't know if Minsaw was there. I don't remember. No, yeah, it was the 3 of us. And we're there in the middle of the street, just, like, chit-chatting. We're like, oh, this is so annoying. I just want to, like, go to, like, barbs and, like, dance. And then our friend Sheldon was like, I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to go get a hot dog. And so he goes to the hot dog stand to get a hot dog. And this club promoter comes out to us in the middle of the street, really far away from the club. He's like, ladies, y'all are looking really nice tonight. Like, let's go into the club. I can get some, I can like hook y'all up
for some free drinks.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, fine. I was like, but we're waiting for our friend Sheldon who's getting, and he's like, where's Sheldon?
The club promoter said, where's Sheldon?
And Minsaw was like, can the guys get in free? It's not fair. Can the guys get in? She's really trying to like make it more equal.
Slay, Minsaw. Way to negotiate.
It's not working out. They're saying no.
They said no.
But she's trying.
No free passes for Sheldon.
No free pass. And so then he's like, who's Sheldon? And I'm like, Sheldon, he's wearing a sweater right now. And he looks over and he goes up to he walks over to Sheldon. He's like, hey, Sheldon, hurry up with the hot dog. The ladies want to party.
Which, that's gotta be a horrible... Sheldon was minding his own goddamn business. And he wanted to get a hot dog because he's hungry.
And he's like, huh?
Huh? Why is this man yelling at me?
How does he know who I am?
And how does he know my ladies? And how does he know they want to party? Leave me alone. I want to eat my hot dog.
So bad for it. And we're like, we'll be there in a second. We never went.
Yeah.
And earlier, in one of the first clubs that we got into,
Sheldon, he couldn't finish the hot dog because it's too spicy.
Yes.
Man.
He threw it away. It was too spicy.
Leave Sheldon alone.
I felt so bad for him.
The club promoter's yelling at him to hurry up and eat a hot dog that ended up being too spicy.
And I think it was kind of expensive.
Oh.
Overall, not a win for Sheldon.
Oh, poor Sheldon.
And one of the first clubs we went into, the girls got our free drinks, yay! And then one of the waitresses charged Kasdan wrong.
Yeah.
Charged him completely wrong.
Wasn't it like $6,000?
It was
No,
$657, I think.
$600.
He ordered one. He ordered one drink.
My goodness, what is in this?
And it was in like a plastic cup too.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way.
You don't even get a souvenir cup with a $600 drink.
I remember like I saw the receipt, and at the moment I thought it said $257, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much. But then when I saw it again, I was like, it's $600.
That can't be right.
I was like, what happened? Yeah, it was so funny because it was like, how do you mess up that bad? Where he orders one drink and you're like, that'll be $657.
Oh,
please.
this can't be right.
That doesn't make sense for this one.
I don't normally tip that much.
But yeah, that was crazy. So anyway, we break up. We're like, you know what? F this guy. He brought a stupid paper ID. We're going to go to bars. We're going to go dance. We go to bars. We go to dance. We have so much fun. But anyway, so that was a very interesting night.
That was an interesting night. And Ben Schrader is an interesting guy.
Girl.
Look him up. Check him out. He's
a very interesting guy.
Very interesting guy.
Yeah. That night on 6th Street with Ben Schrader, Kaz, my friends, just like the whole crew. So many entourages, so many people I didn't know until that night, and I've never seen and I will never see again. It was weird. It was weird, but it was good. It was a good night.
Yeah.
But
yes. So that was part one.
Part one of some pretty fun, interesting stories that happened.
Interesting, funny stories from like the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
On part two, we will be discussing the New York
shenanigans.
The gang goes to New York.
The gang goes to New York.
Yeah. So yeah,
we'll see you next week on Do It For The Bit. And again, if you could just rate us 5 stars and review us on whatever platform you're listening to, we would really, really appreciate it. And share this with your friends and enemies and lovers and haters.
Yeah. We love y'all. Come back for part 2.
See y'all later.
Bye.